I don't think I'm about to break it to you, but there, you know, the world at the moment, as you've said, that's what worries you. There's a lot of things that don't feel very kind at the moment in the world. You know, and you've talked about in the book being an anxious child. I'm being a pretty anxious adult at the moment at the world. So when that is such an important part of the work that you're doing, how does that feel to sort of watch so much of things that aren't to be associated with that sort of unravelling this place that we live in?
I guess that's the time to get louder. You know, the idea.
Just pause there. That's a pretty good answer. To get louder. You know, like whatever you're doing, if you're fighting for the vulnerable and it's not going well and you're living in a post-fighting for the vulnerable world, what do? You get louder. If you're fighting for Palestinians and it looks like the tide of public opinion, which it's not, but if it was going against, what do? You get louder. I just think it's such a great answer for not giving up. Like when it seems that everything's against you, even if the world is in this post-kindness trajectory, what do? You get louder. Love it.
This place that we live in.
I guess that's the time to get louder. You know, the idea that because what we're seeing amplified and so many of the political actions that we're seeing on the global stage feel so counter to this idea of kindness, that it's not the time to say, well, therefore, kindness has failed. In fact, that's the time to say, we have lost our empathy in politics. We've lost our sense of humanity, and now is the time to push for that, because that is the answer. That is the answer. You know, I've said this before, empathy never started a war. You know, it doesn't accept the notion that humans and lives, and particularly children, should be sacrificed for political motivation. It actually focuses on people and is a human-centric way of making decisions in politics. So now is the time to be louder about that, not quieter. And I also don't want people to lose a sense of hope, because the moment that you stop expecting politics to be done in a particular way is the moment that you risk indifference. It's the moment that people quieten because they believe it's hopeless. And so I think we have to maintain an expectation of what we want to see on the world stage, what we expect of our global leaders in these times. So now's the time to push harder, not to give up.
Yeah, I think it's a very good answer. It does remind me a little bit, Chewie, of when I don't know if you asked the same conversation, but thematically similar conversation of Chloe, and the first time we had her on, and she said, organise. You know, it's like it's actually do approach in the opposite spirit. Do the opposite of what it's trying to do to keep you down. And I think it was a great answer. I really liked it.
Just a couple of things to her comment of just be louder. Just a point that it is not illegal to own your own megaphone.
You taking that to the UK?
Just saying.
Carry on.
Just take it literally. I know she means probably metaphorically, but you can, as a civilian, own a megaphone, which feels like it should be illegal, but isn't. Just something to think on there. And I'd also like to acknowledge the arrival into our chat of the anti-Jacinda crunchies. You arrived right on cue. It's almost like you've been waiting, watching the show, waiting for us to get here. Our engagement thanks you, and we
share
laugh at you.
Share, like and subscribe, and share.
Yeah, look, rage engagement's good. Go for it.
More.